ready.
Oops, okay.
Hello, this is Abigail Gibbons reporting for the Dawn Reese Show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous.
So I just need to ask you a few questions.
Sure, we love it.
How long have you been doing this job?
What I do? Wow, well, let's go way back to Hollywood. Oh, no, we're in Hollywood now, okay? Hollywood, Florida, but let's go back to Hollywood, California. Over, I would say, 25 years, met Paul Murray, and photographer of the stars and major artist, and he saw me at a model convention and saw my models, and we hooked up from that point on to work together. And I went to broadcasting school for 5 years, and I won the Best Broadcasting Entertainment Award. And Mr. Murray has a very funny story, because when he brought me to the pre-Grammy events, I'm kind of giving you my lead-up story, he put me on camera and he goes, "Listen, Dawn, I hate to edit. You have one take."
Wow.
Oh yeah, I had to learn really fast, you know. And so, because if you sat in editing bays, forget it, you know. So, and I didn't even know half the people that were there, you know. Tina Marie and Steve Williams and, you know, the late James Brown was there. Of course, I knew Mr. Brown. But that was my first big break with Mr. Murray at the time. And then I got to actually work with the late Mr. James Brown as his entertainment reporter. It took me 4 years to get to know him and prove myself as well for the Truth magazine we had. But it was a lot of really networking, and then being a talent manager up there. Paul and I worked together in video, and we went to Vegas a lot. We had a lot of great suites, you know, like we had our own suites. Like, remember at Paul in Mexico? We had great, you know, people really took care of us because we did some great shows, and now we're back here in Hollywood, Florida.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how many pageants have you been hosting?
Well, you know, that's a really good story, because when I was younger, I was very petite, and I was in my first pageant, and I didn't win, and I was a runner-up. And my mom said, "Well, you know what, Dawn, God has timing for you," you know, and that the girl that actually won from the teenage pageant that I was in, her father had passed away that year. So that kind of gave that opportunity for her to hold on to something. And I didn't realize on God's timing what all this meant when you look back. And I guess, you know, from the pageant world, I was Mrs. New Mexico in the Mrs. America pageant in 1982. I was one of the youngest contestants. Boy, if I know what I know now, it's a lot. A lot of secrets. And so I got into judging, and the reason I started to judge, I was about your age. And I started to judge because there were producers next to me, agents and casting directors. So I thought, I have all this talent. Now, I didn't know how to manage talent, whatever, at that time, but I was kind of going through the Spirit of God on that. And I would look at someone and go, look, what do you think of this? Oh my God, they're booking all of my talent. So then I realized I was really good at what I found in Talentland. And so that's how the pageant world, and then they flew me all over. I was National American Miss. I love you, Steve Mays out there. And we have so many different pageants that would call me in and really take care of me, but also finding good talent. And you can do the same thing, because I need not just, I call little me's out there, but, you know, I'm like your mini CNN, you know, with the girls, so I want to help you. You want to be a recording artist, and you want to get out there. I'd love to send your mom to pageants, have you perform. As you know, right now, for all my pageant director friends out there that are watching, I want you to sing something for them. Just give me about 30 seconds of your song, so they can see this again. The Whitney Houston song.
All right. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I believe as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity.
Wow, see, that's just a sample, you know, and getting you out there, getting you to perform, and the hype sells as well. You know, we took an artist on tour, and there's so many beauty pageants out there. Now, all you beauty pageant queens that are out there, I want to tell them this too. Go to pageantrymagazine.com, okay? Go to Breaking Into Show Business. On the side, I write for pageantry. That was one of my big articles. From MSNBC and CNBC News, when the little girl JonBenet was, you know, that thing happened, they called me, and I'm against I have a lot of friends, I love you, that have the other pageants out there, you know, they're watching this. But I came up with a refreshing new idea, a different idea, to help you as a reporter. And you can be a beauty queen at large, which we call, well, we have plus size too, you know what I'm saying. Thank God for Sandy Shore Comedy School. But anyways, we do have Miss Diva out there, you know, and we have a lot of great opportunities that they're out on the red carpet. And they're out there and they're fulfilling their dreams and helping their husbands that are singers. And getting that career out there. But, you know, that's what I'd like to help you out as well with all the beauty pageants out there. There's so many. I know, it's a long story, huh? Okay, I'll stop the camera. She's really good.
Hello, this is Abigail Simpson-Givens reporting for the Dawn Reese Show.
That's me. Hi. And you have another question before we go?
Oh, yes. What was your most important interview?
You know, I have so many, just from Mr. Paul Murray behind the camera and that what he does, and photographer, the stars, major artists. I would say Joe Jackson, Michael's dad. When I was in Palm Springs, this is a very cute, funny story. It will go in my book. Of course, I'm winning like $75 on the slot machine, which I don't really play a lot. It's just, you know, when you play, it's just a little bit. Anyways, he goes, Mr. Jackson's in there, you're interviewing now. I'm like, but I'm winning. He says, Mr. Jackson's over here. So anyways, I got to interview Joe, and then we went to Joe's house, which was great because, you know, Paul said we're going to the house where Michael lived in Encino. So that was really memorable, and Joe really listening to what we had to say and really respecting Paul as a photographer. And then from Mr. Brown, he worked with him. So that was, I'd say, memorable, as well as Larry King, as well as Eric Roberts, as well as Lou Gossett Jr. saying, hey, baby, you're in the family, sit here. And I'm like, wow, I came from the Midwest. How'd this all happen? You know, it's kind of like, but it was a major blessing from God. And so many people that I've interviewed and just to help their careers, it's just been really amazing. And I can't wait to see what God's going to do next. He's full of surprises, but I do want to tell you, when my mom passed away and my father passed away, my mom said, Dawn, get your tennis shoes on, because when things start to happen, I'm at God's office talking to him about you. And I really believe that because, you know, my parents were very, very important to me in my life as well. And when they passed away, Joel Osteen opened the door for me. And I looked at his book that he had, and it changed my life forever after that. And that's how all this kind of came about with all the people that I've interviewed. So. My tennis shoes are on and they're in the car. We want to thank you so much. What a great reporter you are, and I hope to help you as well with your singing career and come back and kind of see the progress. And you have to stay tuned and come to our show taping coming up in October. Alrighty, bye-bye. That's as simple as that. Now, do you feel comfortable enough? Like.